moviegoers. So if you're new to my channel and you like movies and nerd stuff, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and enjoy the show, you guys.
What's going on, moviegoers, movie lovers, and movie fanatics? So in this video, I'm going to discuss some of my favorite, non-favorite MCU villains thus far. And you know Marvel's always had their ups and downs with their villains. I will say some of the villains haven't been too great, but then as of recently, some of the villains have been fantastic. So, alright, let's start this off. This is some of my favorite villains, not in any particular order. It's just some I fancy the most. I want to say Winter Soldier. Some of you may not think he's a villain, but he definitely was the antagonist in Winter Soldier. I mean, I thought he was a kick-ass throughout the whole entire film. I mean, he really gave Cap a run for his money when you're talking combat. And, you know, Bucky being Cap's best friend really put him on edge because he didn't really want to hurt him, you know. He hasn't seen him in God knows when. He thought he was dead, you know, and he comes back to life out of nowhere. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed Winter Soldier as, you know, an antagonist and as a villain to me. I feel like he was kick-ass. Hela, Thor Ragnarok. I really loved Cate Blanchett's performance. She was evil. She was awesome. And I know that this is not the end for Hela. We definitely will see her again. Spoilers, I don't think she died at the end of Thor Ragnarok. I really don't. I feel like that was just too easy, too quick. I was like, she will definitely be back. Some even theorize that she is death to Thanos, you know, in the MCU. But who knows? Vulture, Spider-Man Homecoming, Michael Keaton really delivered a solid performance as the Vulture. I was so stellar with his performance. I was like, okay. I was really excited when they first landed Michael Keaton, because I know when they first were in talks with him, I heard negotiations failed, but then they picked back up and then finally, you know, they landed it. So yeah, Michael Keaton's Vulture was dope, man. He was awesome, man. I can't wait to see him back in Sinister Six. Who else? Loki, of course. Loki was a villain in the Avengers, and he was somewhat the antagonist and villain in the first Thor. I feel like Loki's always been, you know, a great villain. I mean, Loki, Tom Hiddleston really nails that role. When you think of Loki, you think of Tom Hiddleston. When you think of Tom Hiddleston, you think of Loki. That is really his role, and I feel like, you know, in all the films he's been in all the Thors. He's been in the Avengers. Of course, he's going to be in Infinity War and, you know, Avengers 4, possibly. Who knows? But yeah, I really enjoy his performance as Loki. I feel like he really sells the role, you know, great. Who else is on this chart? Ego, the Living Planet. Kurt Russell, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I enjoyed it. I thought, I really enjoyed Kurt Russell. When I first found out, you know, Kurt Russell was joining the cast for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I was in awe. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, they really just landed a legend, Snake Plissken. The Thing. I mean, I love Kurt Russell. And I thought he did a good job, you know, as, you know, the villain, Ego, the Living Planet, you know. And I really loved and enjoyed his, you know, father-son relationship with Chris Pratt, Star-Lord. I feel like, you know, there's some relatable moments in the film for me, you know, with my father. So I really enjoyed, you know, Kurt Russell's Ego, the Living Planet. He was awesome. He was fun. Who else? Ronan The Accuser, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. I enjoyed. I thought he was dope. I thought he played his part well. You know, he was menacing. He was terrifying at moments. Was the end for him when when he was destroyed? Was that kind of cheesy and corny? Yeah, it was. But you know what? That's Guardians of the Galaxy for you. I mean, James Gunn really does a phenomenal job with storytelling and, you know, just visually as well. He really has an artistic vision for, you know, telling stories and direction. But yeah, I liked Ronan the Accuser, you know. It's a bummer that we probably won't see him again, but I really enjoyed his character. Who else? Let's talk Iron Man villains. Fuck. They've all been kind of, for the most part. I mean, Iron Man 2, fuck, I forgot that dude's name. But Michael Rourke, I think that's his name, Michael Rourke. Michael Rourke played him. The Mandarin in Iron Man 3 was so bad. Iron Man doesn't really have any good villains. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't fancying any of his villains in particular. I just wasn't for me. And you talk Thor. I mean, you had the elves, and you know, you had Hela, of course. The first Thor, you had Loki. Loki was pretty much a villain in the first Thor. I want to say that. These villains have been up and downs. What else, man? Doctor Strange. You had oh my God, what's his name? Dormammu was somewhat the villain, but he wasn't the main villain. He was like, you know, the guy with strings and playing the puppets. Fuck, what's his name? I got his Funko Pop somewhere, but I forgot his name. Mads Mikkelsen's character. Caecilius. Caecilius was cool. I feel like he could have had a little bit of a bigger part in the film. You know, more of some flashback scenes and stuff like that. But for the most part, I enjoyed him. Then you have AntMan. The Yellow Jacket. The Yellow Jacket was cool. I didn't have any problems with the Yellow Jacket. He was there. He played out his purpose as, you know, the antagonist of the film. I did like his suit, but I was kind of bummed out when I found out the whole suit was all CGI. I was like, what? I really thought, you know, they had made, you know, the actor a separate suit for the film, but it was all CGI. But Ant-Man was a surprising great film, of course, you guys. I mean, Michael Pena, one of my favorite parts of the whole entire movie. Michael Pena was hilarious. I can't wait to see him in Ant-Man and the Wasp. What else, man? The Red Skull. How can I forget about the Red Skull? I love the Red Skull, and I do believe the Red Skull will come back. Because at the end of Captain America, the First Avenger, he does not die. He gets sucked into the Tesseract and put somewhere. He could be Thanos' prisoner. Who knows? But I don't think the Red Skull's dead. He can't be dead. Cannot be dead. But yeah, I would love to see the Red Skull come back. He would be kick-ass. And see him and Cap go out again, why not? That would be awesome. And you talking Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. Abomination was cool. I thought Abomination was dope. That was great to see Hulk fight another creature, like somewhat his size. So I feel like with the Eric Bana Hulk, you know, he fought his dad. It was like a guy who can absorb things like water, rocks, and stuff like that, lightning. But it was cool seeing actual, you know, the Hulk get down with somebody his size or even bigger. I remember seeing that in theaters in 2008, I want to say, for the first time, and I was in awe. I loved it. Completely enjoyed that film. I still do today. I really enjoyed the storytelling of that film for a Hulk film. And I hope that's not the only one we get. I'm still hoping, you know, they pump out some more. Because I'm down to see another Hulk movie. I really am. Mark Ruffalo, if you're watching this, make it happen. Yeah, man. Those are some of my, you know, favorite villains thus far and non-favorite villains thus far in the MCU 10 years deep. I mean, we still have some villains coming up this year, of course. Killmonger, Black Panther. I'm super pumped to see his villain. I feel like Michael B. Jordan's gonna really nail this role. Like I said in an earlier video, he really, this villain really took him to a darker side, sort of like Heath Ledger's Joker, you know. So you can tell he took his time and he made this a passionate project. So. And I'm not used to seeing Michael B. Jordan, you know, evil or playing the antagonist or, you know, somebody bad. So I'm curious to see how he does with that. And of course, you have Thanos, the most anticipated MCU villain that I can't wait to see. He's gonna wreck shit, and I'm scared for my Avengers, you guys. Josh Brolin's gonna nail it. I can't wait. Thanos is first 5 minutes of the film. I heard it goes down. So. Expect some glorious shit with Thanos. And this year, you have Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm not too sure who is the villain of that movie. I don't think they've announced that yet. But I'm curious to see, you know, how that goes. And I can't wait for Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's just going to be so much fun. Can't wait to see Janet, the Wasp, whoop some ass. That's going to be dope. But yeah, man, there you guys have it. I mean, that's my thoughts on some of the MCU's villains. Like I said, they've had their ups, and they've clearly had some downs. But post your comments down below, you guys. Let me know what are some of your favorite villains, not in any order of the MCU, and who are you really looking forward to going further down the line in the MCU. All right, you guys, post your comments down below, and thank you for, you know, watching my video. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys out there who watch and like my videos and comment. It means so much to me. All right, you guys, take care. Peace.
We out.